There was certainly a lot of games for me to showcase this time around, but I think this one here, Zoria, Asia Shattering, is a little bit more of an exception to the rule because I don't think I recall getting like any sort of like publication, knowing that there's this game to basically play. And I think actually it's like, you know, saw it on the Steam store and thought, yeah, let's just try it out and see what it's all about. So let's ready for launch and let's go from there. And okay, I've got a little bit to wait here, so... Alright then, that took far too much time to do, but... Ready, Zoria Age of Shattering. Let's go. I don't know if it's as the Steam, the game, or whatnot, basically causing it to take forever to, you know, download, but whatever. Right now. Now, I entirely forget why I was, like, you know, interested in this game to basically start off with, but if I recall, it was basically squad-based and tactical, so those are usually things that, like, interest me. I don't think it's a roguelike this time around, so hooray. I'm sure everyone's, like, you know, tired of roguelikes basically showing off in the last few days. This is taking forever to load now. There we go. I was about to say, is it going to load? Well, it's doing something. Question is, how much of this am I going to be cutting out as well? I heard something. Alright, so, I think we're in. We'll turn it down just in case. I have to say, the demo's not very optimized if it's having issues like this, but whatever. Hopefully the game itself won't be that bad when it's coming out. Interesting world map. Alright, so, welcome to Zoria Age of Shattering. The build you're about to play is a beta build, so many things are still subject to change. Being an beta build, there may still be various bugs or inconsistencies that went unnoticed throughout the game. Enjoy your time with the game. So, I'm guessing this is probably not made by people who, like, you know, naturally speak English, so that's the thing, but whatever. Another restless night on these 9 forsaken lands, and as I've come to expect, the dream came again, taunting me with its cryptic, pointless imagery. I have no idea what it wants from me, nor why it will let me sleep. How am I supposed to be of any use to my people, if I cannot even wrest control of my own mind and rest? Dawnbreak pierces through the camp, and the rays of the sun invade my tent long before I give them permission to. One of my scouts has returned from his nightly duties. Naturally, he finds me dressed and waiting for him. All signs of fatigue washed away from my face. An army no matter its size, is only as strong as its leader. Alright, so Cinemax is cool. Narrator, you hear the scout before you can see him. His riot breath louder than the flap of your tent as it's pulled back. The scout waits eagerly for you to address him, his posture uncertain and submissive. You sigh. He most certainly brings you bad news. Speak. What have you learned? The scout says, the man bows low, perhaps with a little too much reverence in his gesture. We found no way in, my lord. The Elonians have secured the area tighter than a medium's purity. Crass. But I get the idea. Anything else? Do we know what they're guarding? The man shakes his head and raises a finger as he catches his breath. He has rings under his eyes and barely stands up straight. No, my lord. We almost died trying to get inside the camp proper. We fell back to the outer perimeter for the remainder of the night. What have you learned of their supply lines? What can you tell me of their defenses? Is there anything else of use you can tell me? And why are you back so soon? You were supposed to continue my mission throughout the morning. What have you learned of their supply lines? We spotted a patrol returning from the windmill north of the village. It was laden with grains and bread. They stopped on the road, waited for almost one turn of an hourglass. Another cart joined them, coming from the lumber mill, further up the peninsula. What are the caravan's guards? Light guard, my lord, and very carefree. They travel late in the evening. It does not seem they fear anyone around these parts. An attack on the caravans would be very easy. No, that would accomplish nothing. They would send another the following week with more guards, and they would know we are targeting them. No, this problem must be tackled at the root. I will speak with the miller and the lumberjacks myself. So basically, like, we have to attack the, the lumberjack or the miller and stuff like that, I guess. What can you tell me of their defenses? Ah, the defenses, yes. Well, my lord, they are magical. Magical? Magical. There's some sort of barrier around the whole alien encampment. Once you pass through it, it sears your flesh and drills into your mind. Olden was pretty hard. He's outside at the healer's tent. I think he could tell us more, but I don't know if he's in any condition to talk. So basically you got magical defense. Is there anything else of use you can tell me? Not much else about the Ilian garrison. They are guarding a place something fierce, but there's something else. The people in town, they don't like these soldiers either. There's talk of fighting and a desire to drive these soldiers away. They say they rob and beat up townsfolk, act like they're the lords of the place. Maybe we can use that. So we got dissonance. And why are you back so soon? You were supposed to continue your mission throughout the morning. It was Olin, my lord. I found him right at the edge of the Link encampment. He was badly hurt, and I carried him back to our camp. He couldn't walk and could barely talk. He told me of the barrier. Very well, we will speak later. I must talk to the troops and prepare myself before heading out. Alright, so we're like, yeah, our mouse clicker basically move around, I guess, so... Whee! Use our right mouse place to drag and drop, the map and stuff. So far, this game's remind me a little bit of of expeditions, and it's like how it's basically oriented with the text and stuff like that. I wonder how good a tackle battles would be basically. So the guys were basically fighting here, I guess. And I guess we're basically from these lands up here, Zoria. So we're Northerners fighting Southerners, so to speak. Or Centerists. I have to say, it takes forever to load this game, so that could definitely be improved. By pressing tab, you can activate Anna's vision ability. This allows you to see all items and images around your character. Okay. So basically I can pick up stuff like this, I guess. Interesting. Well, it looks like we have like a crafting system of like, you know, of some sort in this game, so that's interesting. Not. I hate crafting, but whatever. We got Battle Cleric, Healer, Ranger, Lancer, Thief, all sort of stuff. There's a Core Master.
What's going on here, then?
We got Merchant basically buys stuff and such.
Hello, what can I do for you?
So I have to gather my party, I guess.
What's going on here, then?
So Kingsman Matthias. The man salutes you proudly as you approach. His posture exemplary. General! What can you tell me about your abilities, Matthias? What do you make of Nelbark? Come with me, Matthias, you're my best Kingsman. Blah blah. So what can you tell me about your abilities? Ben pauses for a few moments, and then when he speaks, it is certain simple tones. I am a Kingsman. I will protect you. I am a shield and sword. I will crush anyone and anything that stands between us and victory. So basically, these guys are a blocker. What do you make of Nelbarak? I have spoken to some of the scouts. I failed to draw any meaningful conclusions. I do not know if that is my shortcoming or that of the scouts. Only thing was more thoroughly. You're a Lancer, Thief.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Lancer Iria. The woman before you barely qualifies to be called that. She looks far too young to be in the army. Yet she holds herself up proudly, lance held upright in a strong grip. Era Pente, at your service, General. Okay, tell me about yourself. I'm a Lancer, General. Blessed by Garum himself. I graduated top of my class, General. They say my skills with the lance and spear are on par with those of Helium himself. Aren't you a bit young? The girl blushes fiercely, but tosses her head and replies proudly. Was Helium too young when he led our people to victory against the usurper general? Nay, he was not. I don't see what this has to do with anything. How old are you? Old enough to have graduated from the academy, top of my class, General. Please do not worry about my age or my youthful appearance. This may be my first field assignment, but I assure you that I'm ready to not disappoint. Well, why not? Let's just bring her along. Show me, Era. Time to put your skills of the academy to use. You're gonna follow me around? Yes, she does. So, she's following me around. You're a healer, I guess.
Hello, what can I do for you?
The woman greets you kindly, performing a respectful bow and slamming her weapon. Okay, tell me about your abilities of Sophia. I'm a battle cleric in the service of Aphius. While my words of healing are perhaps not as powerful as those of your companion, my weapon and shield are formidable indeed. So basically she's like, you know, a healer but also a fighter. It feels like a godless land. My journal, I pray to Aphius and she weeps for these people. They are under a great long forgotten shadow. So you're gonna come? Alright, so we basically get like 2 power members, so like, you know, at once, so we got ourselves a battle cleric, and we got ourselves the, like, you know, the Lancer. Let's see what the healer's basically all up to.
If you leave me here, I will surely die.
Narrator. The man called Olin lies on a makeshift bed, his forehead covered in sweat, and his mouth uttering fervent whispers you can't hear. A nurse tends to the wounds on his arms, the blistering welts that stain the scout's skin, reminiscent of burn marks. Scout Olin, can you hear me? Wounded soldier. The man mumbles incoherently, but then his eyes catch yours and they light up with fierce intensity. My lord, I've seen it. As I passed through the barrier and the pain, oh the pain, my mind felt like it would split open. But split open it did, and then I could see. See, I saw it. Saw what, man? I saw it, lord. The one beneath the tower. It was horrible, and it was beautiful. It was... You saw what lies beneath the tower? What the Ulans have found? Found? I found it too. But where did I put it? Nurse, did you find my spyglass? A good scout never leaves without a spyglass. The nurse looks at the man with compassion in his eyes, and she shrugs at you. The rambling goes on for a while, and as you turn to leave, Olin grabs your arm. His hand feels warm, too warm, and your skin tingles. My lord, the Illuminans, they aren't harmed by the barrier. They probably do not see what I saw. What are they blind to, why are they blind to the greatness? You wrench your arm free of Olin's grip and depart, leaving the poor scout to his ramblings. So the Olin's soldiers can come and go through the strange barrier without ill effects. Perhaps you should take a closer look at the barrier and Illumination patrol. Alright, so, interesting. So, on the face of this remind me heavily of, like, Wasteland. The second game, like, rather. Let's just go view the shop here before, like, you know, leave here.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Welcome! I'm sure I've got what you're looking for. Here's a shop. Basically, you got stuff here you can basically buy and sell, probably. There's our armor stuff. Yeah, note this. Oh, ooh, look at this. It's got a timer. So I guess if you like take too long, this stuff basically changes over time. I'm tempted to wait to see what it basically does, but basically there's like, you know, a shop. Here's the map, I guess. Trading refuge, Delaware Grotto. Lookout Tower, Cave, Lookout Tower, Ruin House, Lonely Tower. So, that's where you find Dissidents. I bet this basic tower we're like going up to, so... Well, before I go, let's just check out the wizard tent. Probably gonna regret coming in here because it's gonna take some time to reload this place, but whatever. So, Lonely Tower's over here, by the way. Press F to pick up items, okay. So we can do alchemy, I guess, as well. So yeah, crafting is a thing in this game. Yeah, Lonely Tower is basically over here, so I bet, like, you know, that's where we're basically, like, on the map here. I have to say, this game's looking kind of interesting, at least, like, you know, topographically or geographically, so... They have, like, you know, a sort of, like, you know, landmass here, then they have, like, the frozen lands basically up here, get some islands over there, then, like, the scorched lands down there. I wonder how big this world basically is, because I assume it's, like, the center of the world over here, and, like, this is, like, the top of it, so... What counts as scorching in this, like, land, so to speak? And what's, like, beyond the scorching lands? Once a character levels up, you have access to 10 new stat points that you can use to customize the character. You have access to choose new abilities from the character screen. Some abilities are available from the start. You reset your selected abilities at any time by paying a certain amount. You know, I wonder what happened to, like, the other, like, guys in my army here, where they went. By the way, there's the blacksmith, I guess. That's probably for more, you know, crafting. So, more crafting here. And, you know, since we're back here, let's just talk to this guy again, and...
What's going on here, then?
You know, I want to, like, this resets basically every 2 minutes is, like, while we're basically in here, so... That could be how it's basically set up. Well, I basically get to the cave over here, by the way, so... Well, whatever. It's not too important to go check this cave out, I guess. It's very beautiful, the map, by the way, so I will say that. You can make camp and rest anytime you to recover your health or clean some adverse effects from your followers, so, okay. How long you rest affects how much health your followers need to recover, but manage your resources carefully. Food you carry with you and your prior accomplishments can give varied bonuses if resting for more than 4 hours, so... Here's a question, do I have to worry about feeding my guys, or is like, you know, the cooking sort of like, you know, Case of Quad style, where like, you know, you get benefits from eating or cooking and stuff like that, but not so like, you know, have to like worry about being fed? That's the question I'm wondering right here. You know, this is kind of annoying, but whatever. The formations interface allows the player to configure the way the followers are set up on the battlefield. The commander position is fixed, but the followers can be dragged in the desired position in each formation. C1 to C3, C1 to C3 are customized formation. Individual followers' cells can be dragged in the desired position. The commander position is fixed in the center of the formations area. So basically, I kind of like these guys basically, you know, forward or back as necessary. Both these guys are like not necessarily strong or like, you know, weaker than me, I guess, but whatever. Let's follow the map over here. When entering combat, the player characters and the enemies will be set on a timeline according to their speed. The character or enemy with the most speed will be the first to start his turn. Okay, tutorial could be a lot better. The player controlled characters display the available abilities and the available action points, usually 2. The grayed out abilities are unavailable for current action due to lack of resources, AP, focus, mana, or energy. Hovering the mouse over the battlefield will show the action points consumed for moving their position and enemies in line of sight from that position. So, you know, it basically is like, you know, XCOM, you know, Xeno defenses, whatever. The abilities shown above each enemy will be grayed out if the character will not have enough resources to use on them once in position. So, blah blah. Hovering the mouse over the characters will show the enemies in line of sight from the current position and the abilities you'll be able to use. The abilities can be selected either from mouse or numbers 1 to 9. Select an enemy in range to current character attack the enemy. I suppose I can pick up stuff, by the way, so... There'll be stuff I can pick up. Follow the road for now, I guess. I bet these are like all herbs, by the way, so that's what they're all about. Was that an enemy? I'm not really sure. Hello, cow. But yeah, this world map basically reminds me of, like, you know, expeditions. But I assume the comment will basically remind me of, like, Wasteland. Aw, why did I do that? Why did I do that too? I want to talk to the cow, not kill him. But whatever. So here's a shrine, and offer the gods can yield powerful buffs. Yes, okay. Honestly, I don't see any reason why you don't have it so, like, you know, you basically see everything on the map like this, but whatever. I bet I could probably kill this guy's stuff, but whatever.
Just take a look.
That's a merchant.
It's the best money can buy.
Let's go talk to these dissidents, I guess. What if I pick up anything here, like, you know, better than my currently basically have right now? That's a 2-night store right here, for example. Ah, look at this, I can actually equip these guys if I want to as well, so that's something to keep in mind. And see these guys level here? So yeah, she's basically level 30 Lancer here. She's level 3 Battle Cleric. I'm basically level 3 Sentinel. All various experience levels, I guess.
What's going on here?
Learn from the locals. The sound of swearing and raucous laughter draws your attention to a group of soldiers playing cards. You approach the man and loom over their heads, trying to see what they are playing, but the game is unfamiliar to you, and you don't understand what's going on. Walk silently. The men are oblivious to your presence at first, and play a few more hands. One of them appears to be winning more than the others, but the rules elude you. Eventually the winner raises his eyes and notices you. His cards fall out of his hands and he stands to attention, quickly followed by the other soldiers. What was it you were playing? One of the men, the ones who was winning earlier, works up the nerve to answer. It's called Free Card Stump, sir. It's a local game. I've never heard of this game before. Who taught you to play? One of the traders, General. He comes to the camp every other day. He's got good stuff to trade. The other day he asked if we wanted to play. We were off duty, sir, so, you know, it seemed fun. I mean, it is fun. One of the traders? Which trader? I think his name is Devon, sir. He trades between us, the alien camp, and the outskirts of Burvat. He should be around on the morrow. Some of the lads are asked for some herbs for the girls. For their stomachs, sir. He said he'll get them. He trades for the aliens at the garrison, you say? Interesting. So yeah, I can, like, you know, I moshed him, but whatever. The soldier who answers you nods eagerly as you contemplate the possibility of learning more about the alien camp from this Devon trader. You notice that the soldiers keep glancing back to the, at the ruined game. Finish your hand, men, and then off to work. I understand the need for leisure, but let us not forget that we are in enemy territory on a mission of vital importance to the Empire. So basically back to work, or back to game.
Fine day for a walk, isn't it?
I'm telling on you. This man looks to be somewhat out of place with the rest of the crowd in a tavern. Smart clothes, clean shaven, and tidy haircut. Thin rimmed glasses. He looks more like a scholar than a farmer or craftsman. You barely approach him before he brightens up and explains. Good sir. Ah, how fortunate to see you. Why are you happy to see me? Well, you don't seem to be from around here, are you? No, you look like you came from the north, am I right? Of course I am. And you look like the adventurous type, no. I have been known to see my fair share of action. Excellent, excellent. I have this problem, you see. Well, we all do. You must have heard by now about how the garrison in the area is treating the townsfolk. Downright barbaric, I say. While we are all agreed something must be done about it, we disagree on what something is. Some men here want to take the fight to the soldiers. I think we should get the king to discipline his men instead. So what's the problem? You do your thing. Ah, yes, easier said than done, my good man. I have tried several times to write to the king, but have received no word. I am not unknown at the court, so I'm sure my letters should have reached, if not the king himself, then at least one of his advisors. And what's more alarming is that none of his couriers has returned either. And you want me to find out what happened to your letters? Is that it? Ah, would you? Would you really? That would be so kind of you. It's of vital importance that news of what happened here reached the king's ears. My general, perhaps not all of what happens here should reach the king's ears. It would be beneficial if we intercept one of those letters and see exactly what this man is reporting. Yeah, basically, you know, whatever. Alright, so. The drunken oyster is alive with clamor and the voices of men and women arguing. Standing against the bar is a tall, blond man, past his prime but hardy. He seems to be the center of commotion, with people gathering around him, exchanging loud words back and forth. Enough's enough, I say. The other day, the bastards demanded old Ralph's pigs, and when he refused, they gave him a solid thrashing and took the pig away anyway. This has to stop. The villager in the back of the inn banged his cup on the table, interrupting loudly. So what's the plan then, Morgan? Go on, tell us. You gonna walk up to the camp with your big stick and ask them to kindly piss off? Warren's wind was suddenly taken out of him and he looked around fearfully. Well, no, not like that. We can't fight him like that at their camp. But we gotta organize ourselves and stand up to them. Oh, and they'll listen to you after that, won't they? Just like they listened to old Ralph. You'll just get these young lads beaten or imprisoned like Niam's here's husband. A woman with a scar over her cheek at the nearby table nodded gravely, her hands nursing a large steaming mug. Listen, Evan, do whatever. Me and the boys have already started training ourselves up a bit, putting our minds and hands together for a little local militia. You see, you want to do anything, you let me know. Otherwise, good luck to you. Tomorrow's it might be your pig. The day after that, your wife. An awkward silence descended over the room for a few moments before someone broke into a jab about how Evan's wife already did the village rounds, so it wouldn't be anything new. Stirring laughter erupted at the table, and everyone went back to their drinks, with Warren turning to the corner of the tavern with a group of young men. Alright, so basically this guy is like, you know, a dissenter. I guess that's like the, you know, the person who's like, you know, wife who like, you know, was lost. I guess I should be like, you know, banging like everything here to like, you know, see what's going on. It feels odd to be like Luna, like the place like, you know, here, but whatever. Enough of this, let's just like talk to people.
Yes.
The man squares up as he sees your approach and makes a discreet sound to his companions to silence the conversation. What tidings, stranger? Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? Name's Kalivi. Kalivi! That's an Azurian name. The man looks you up and down. And you look the part too. A bit far from home, aren't you? But so long as you don't look for trouble, trouble won't find you here. Unless you get too close to the old tower. Old tower? Yeah, whereas that blasted garrison has holed itself up for the past 9. Know how many moons now? He spits in the ground in disgust. Anyway, I'm Morin. What can I do for you? So, who are you? That's just gonna repeat, I guess. Sounds like you're riled up a crowd here, my good man. Bah, bunch of yellow-bellied curs, a lot of them. The king's garrison is bleeding us dry, acting like they're the Nine's own lords around these parts, and they just sit round and take it. But mark my words, that's all about to change. Change? Change how? Well, I'd love to tell you all about it, But let's see you spend some of the Irrisan coin and buy me and Elias a drink, yes? Alright, let's buy him around. The man looks quite shocked at first that you actually agreed to buy them drinks, but they're not the types to say no to a free treat. Good health to you then, my friend. What brings you around these parts? James comes with the sharpness of the blade. Right, fancy yourself the fighting type, do you? I'll have you know that me and the boys are putting a stop to all the shenanigans we are. Got ourselves a nice training yard at the old train post. We're gonna show these old silver bastards what's what. That sounds very noble of you, but who's gonna train them? Aren't the soldiers gonna find out about this and crack down on you? Why does the king do anything about it? The king? Bah! Nines bless him. He's a good man. But he's all but forgotten about us. Job over there has tried sending him letters many times. Nothing ever came of it. He still thinks the best way to do this is to get the king to come and scold his men with their rowdy children. But I know better than that. No force is the only way to go about this. So, that sounds very noble of you, but who's going to train him? Why, I am, of course. See my share of action, I was a sword myself, but I have a family now, and the king's pension is pretty damn good. And I still make a pretty coin being the dockmaster. But I still know how to swing a sword, and show others how to do it too. You see in action? Where? The man utters a low hum from the back of his throat and considers you. Oh, some battles long ago. Most probably before your time, it doesn't matter really. But just know I have experience to back up my actions. So, aren't the soldiers going to find out about you and crack it down on you? Not if nobody rots us out. He eyes you warily, his face is a mask of determination. You feel the eyes of this entire group on you, warning clearly written there with it. We've taken precautions, good front set up, don't you worry about that. Can I join the militia? Well, anyone who wants to stand up to these royal bullies, and since you're a Syrian, I wish you automatically puts you in that category. Come around the old trailing post if you want to talk further. So basically, like, you know, we're guiding this group. Jailbreak. So you get your request basically jailbreak her husband, I guess. The woman before you sits alone at the table, sipping a steaming drink from a very large mug. She has a garish scar over one cheek and sad, hollow eyes. Are you alright, madam? Blah blah. I'm actually not going to stop reading this, but at this point, you basically get the idea of, like, you know, stuff. I just want to sort of get through it. I don't mind basically having, like, you know, a fairly in-depth, like, amount of text here and stuff like that, but there's not a whole lot basically of fighting going on in this game at this point, so I want to get to the action, so to speak.
What will it be?
To your merchant, don't really care. And we'll see our Chester Road. Good enough. Yeah, that'd be my, like, you know, my takeaway from this game. It's lacking the action really needs to be, like, a good game. Like, on the way here to, like, this, like, place, there should have been, like, maybe, like, a wolf attack or something like that to sort of, like, you know, get attention to me. Or some, like, randomized event. A little bit boring without it, basically, so to speak. Ah, so learn from the locals. You can do this now.
It's the
Alright, so we got some goblins to fight here. So, the devil wants me to retrieve his stolen goods, basically, so, alright. So, it's very quest-based, this game, I guess. Has to be, like, a given. But what I really want to basically do for this video is basically show off like the combat, so to speak, so... Up here we go. There's a goblin warrior right here. Alright, so basically here's how basically like it sort of works, by the way. You can basically see like what order it's going to go right here. I don't know why this guy ran up here, right, but whatever. And you can see like our AP cost basically as well, by the way, so... You can run up to this guy and swab him, I guess. So I guess in the background, stuff is basically doing stuff. So if you want basically, like, you know, if you act fast, you don't have to worry about fighting like everything at once. So it's sort of like surprise attack type of thing. So yeah, basically he's got like 2 AP by the way, this person. So you can't move any more than like, you know, that much, I guess. We lanced her. Smack. Nope, by the way, like their AP I guess is like based on like, you know, how many attacks they get, so like, you know, if you have like a lot of attack basically to do stuff. Like I'll be able to attack this guy 3 times like this guy here, I guess, so... Down goes him. Not in range to hit this guy, but whatever. You're a shaman. You're like a slingshotter. That guy hurts a little bit, but whatever. So this guy apparently has like, you know, ability to like, you know, not hit his like friends, which is like kind of annoying, but whatever. There goes that goblin. You know, it's neat that they basically have it, like, you know, basically, it's neat that they have it, so, like, basically, you can sort of, like, ambush these guys, and, like, if you move fast, you basically can get, like, a lot more done. But it's also kind of annoying, because it means, like, you know, it's less turn-based and more, like, you know, act fast, so to speak. Alright, so I have abilities basically I can do here, I have been doing. We got healer opposition die. Ow. You're actually taking a big beating too, but whatever. What abilities does this guy have? He got Banish to heal himself, he's got, you know, AoE to party. War cry. This guy doesn't seem to have like any attack ability, so he's like more like a supporter type of guy. Maybe I just don't have like the you know, the AP to do stuff. Attack this guy, I guess. Ow. Attack, defiance. So like any AoE, there's an AoE right there. So Arcane Strike, swing your magical infused lance around you, dealing arcane damage to all nearby enemies. So alright. Let's get up here. I guess you need a lot of focus space to do some of these like abilities here, but whatever. So let's just put this guy right here. So there's like a summon. He's got like, you know, some damage stuff and stuff like that, so that's cool. Oh, here we go. We got like a ability right here. There we go. So there's some damage to those guys. There's my Phantom, unfortunately, but oh well. Damage to them. There's some healing going. I probably could have done this a little bit better, but oh well. So there's like a cooldown for your skills, that's worth noting. She's going down pretty quickly, and I gotta watch out for that. So be careful of that, I guess. And just kill him off. Oh, I guess you countered. So there's quite a bit going on with like the combat here. So it looks like you know, when you basically fight, you don't actually like, you know, get your health back, so that's something to watch out for. Interesting. There's the cooking. There's the cargo rafter. So yeah, this game basically interested me because it had like tactical combat. I thought it might be interesting to show off, so... You know, it's a fun little thing anyways to do for a little bit here. Wonder what we'll basically find in this cave as we go along here. But we have basically did our like task already, I guess, for this guy. So we'll turn our quest here, basically what our rewards basically become. Though it actually shows, by the way, you have to be very careful with combat in this one, because you basically get very injured and not careful.
Just take a look.
I think these belong to you. Blah blah. There we go, learn from the locals, basically get some experience for that. Alright, so these guys can level up over here, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe need a little bit more experience than that. So here's our experience like bars right here, I guess. So you need a lot of experience. These guys, they're all like a little free at least anyways, but whatever. Alright, so this is basically good like showing off what this game is basically all about. I thought it'd be interesting to sort of show off because like, you know, it's turn-based, I want to see what it's basically all about, and has some interesting things going for it. So you have to save apparently before you get out of here. That's kind of annoying. A fairly interesting glimpse of the game. Hope you guys basically enjoyed the glimpse, and take care for the most part. But damn, this is like, you know, needs some optimization for sure.